What's good, YouTube? In this video, we're going to be talking about how you can instantly improve your aim. Now for this video, we're going to go over 5 different things. These are number 1, the preparation, number 2, the guns, number 3, the sight, number 4, practice, and number 5, I'm going to be talking about some general tips on improving your aim. Now in Apex Legends, aiming can be difficult compared to other games, but if your aim is good, you will probably have the confidence to kill dang near anybody you see in Apex Legends. Now, in order to improve your aim, the first thing that you have to think about is, number 1, you have to go with your preparation. And in order to be prepared for, increasing your aim or getting better at aiming, I would have to say go in the firing range. The firing range is probably the biggest thing that you could do to just improve your aim, because of how much time that you could spend in there just shooting your gun, just getting the feel of the gun that you like to use. It just warms you up, right? You get warmed up before you're about to go play rank or whatever you're about to go play. It's one of the best things that you could do is just go in the firing range. Now the second thing that you need to understand when you want to have good aim in Apex Legends is the type of gun that you want to use, right? No matter what gun that is that you want to use it over and over. In the firing range, you want to start off with shooting at the wall, and when you shoot at the wall, this is going to allow you to see the recoil pattern of the gun, and also how the spray pattern is for the gun. So choose your 1 to 2 favorite guns and understand the recoil of the gun by shooting it at the wall without holding down on your aim. Just let the gun shoot, and this will show you what your gun looks like with the recoil. And what you want to do is you want to pull down on the gun. So for instance, if you're using an R301, the R301 usually just shoots straight up. So in order for your aim to be good, you want to slightly pull down for your aim. Now a routine that I usually like to do is I usually like to start off with white attachments in the firing range, and what I'll do is I'll hit the dummies and the target like you see in the video. I'll hit them multiple times just to get warmed up, and then after that I'll start to put on the blue attachments for aiming at the farther targets, and then purple attachments for even more farther targets. In this video, I like to, at the farthest target, the one that's moving, I like to hit that target 3 times for 200 plus, and I do this with multiple different guns. So basically all you want to do is really just practice on hitting the targets to keep it simple. The routine that you do is however you want to do it, but the main thing that you want to do when you want to talk about improving your aim and improving your offensive skills in Apex is really just seeing the shots just hit, right? You want to see 200 plus, depending on what you're hitting. If you're hitting the dummies, then they have 200 health. You want to see a 200 come out of your gun, because this is going to give you the confidence in order to bring into the regular game when you're playing against other opponents. But for me, what I like to do, like I said, is I start off with the white attachments in the firing range, shoot a good amount of shots at the dummies, standstill targets, the moving targets from medium and to long range. And then after that, I progress up to the blue attachments, doing the same thing. And then at the purple attachments, I like to hit the targets all the way in the back, the target that's the farthest and moving, and I'll hit this for 200 plus 3 times, and then after that I'll go down using all blue attachments and do the same thing, hit that moving target 3 times and trying to get 200 plus. And then after that, the final thing that I like to do in the fire range when using my favorite gun is to practice with only using a blue extended mag. So there's no stock, no barrel. This will help out a lot because the barrel helps your aim a lot, but if you practice without it and you put on any blue purple barrel when you're in game online, you're gonna feel that the recoil is really easy to control and your aim will be a lot better. Now the third thing that we're gonna talk about is the sight. The sights, you just want to get a feel of the sights in the firing range. Use all different sights in the firing range. You never know which one might be the best for you, so try every one of them out, which one you prefer. Like some guns, I prefer different sights on, a different gun. Sometimes I'll prefer a bruiser over a 1x2 and vice versa depending on the gun. And not only that, sometimes I'll prefer the 3x Ranger over the bruiser on some guns and vice versa. Some guns I only like the iron sight. So just try and practice with all the sights and get a feel of just see how you feel with it. And also another thing too, when we were talking about sights, is that sights, they definitely help your aim with range. So if you're using a gun of range, like let's say an R301 or a Hemlock, or let's say if you're using a gun that's made for, medium to long range, like an R301, then practice with it while using sights, because that's what that gun is for. Now, the fourth thing that we're going to go over is practicing. Practicing is, honestly, you start off in the firing range, right? The more and more you shoot your gun in the firing range, the more and more you'll get comfortable with that gun, and it just comes with like repetition, right? The more you shoot that gun. So something that I like to do is start off in the firing range before you play your games. For me, I like to do like 20 to 30 minutes. And then after that, when I'm done playing, I'll do 20 to 30 minutes in the firing range, just shooting my gun to just practice with. That's how you're gonna just improve your aim. You're gonna improve your aim by just using your favorite gun that you like to use. Just keep shooting it. And the best way you could do that is in the firing range. Now, the second way you could do that is through arenas. I feel like arenas is the second best way to improve your aim, because you're always constantly in gunfight. And since you're also in arenas, not only are you constantly in gunfights, you're also able to choose your favorite. So arenas and the fire range are two of the best ways to practice and get better with your aim, just because you can have a lot of repetition just shooting the gun that you want to use. Now, the fifth thing that we're going to talk about is general tips. General tips really are, for someone to one clip someone, meaning you're going to do like 200 and plus damage to an actual enemy. Just know it doesn't usually happen often. The best chance that you could one clip someone is just to understand that when you inflict damage to someone, let's say you do 80 to 100 damage, just know that they're going to start reacting and they're going to start moving. So after you hit that 80 to 100 damage on someone, start to predict their movement. Try to predict their movement to aim, because this is going to help you stay hitting them and allow you to one clip them. So you could track their movement, saying that, let's say, if you think they're going to move to the left, move your aim to your left, even if they don't go there, because the best thing you could do is predict. Most of the time when you're shooting somebody, when you're getting 80 to 100 damage on them, like right away, they're probably standing still. So just understand that they're going to move, and in order to continue to keep hitting them, you have to start to predict their movement on where they're going to go. Also, another tip is that you want to hip fire. Hip firing is actually good in this game. It's really accurate. Also, hip firing is good for practicing your tracking. Your tracking will improve a lot because of your hip firing. Hip firing is all about tracking. So hip fire if you're up close, because majority of the guns, their hip fire is actually really good. And then the third thing I want to say is in Apex, when you're shooting your gun, majority of the time, if it's medium to long range, you most likely want to lead your shot. Leading your shot to where you think your enemies will go is a good way to hit the enemies. Also, because there's a lot of bullet drop off in this game if you're shooting from a farther range. So just understand that leading your shots and predicting where your enemies are going to go will help you land more shots and also just improve your aim. But yeah, this was the video, you guys. If you liked the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hopefully this helped you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one.